Hey guys, Lysandro here, and today I'm gonna do another blog apart from the last one I recently did because of some stupid bullshit claim Nintendo did on one of my gameplay videos, which is personally I find it fucking stupid. But anyway, enough of that. Already messaged YouTube about this whole incident, so I should be getting a reply pretty soon, and all. But anyway, for the meantime, today I want to talk about something that I've seen a lot, and the thing is, this is pretty much, uh, a lot of bloggers out there or gamers or these review people, people that review a bunch of shit. And the thing is, I understand like some of them review like comic books, games, and shit like that. But the way I find it, uh, the way I find this, and pretty much, I find it really stupid the way some of them act. Is that whenever they talk about like more, let's say, much more in-depth topics like science, technology, or other complicated topics, the way they are is that pretty much, let's say they find a finding or something. They do they do they do some of them do research, and some of them are pretty thorough in what they do. Like for example, the guy from Vsauce, I think his name is Stephen Michaels. And the thing is that with him, he's qualified to make some of the claims he does, because not only he probably done very thorough research, but also his stance as a scientist. The guy's I don't know if a lot of you know about the guy from Vsauce, Stephen Michaels, but the guy's pretty much the guy he's a neuropsychologist. Okay, if you don't know what that is, go Google it or whatever. But he deals with a lot of pretty much the intersection of neurology and psychology. But anyway, he's qualified to make a lot of claims on different topics. But if you look at like a lot of other people, like for example, let's say Leafy um, or Nerdist or Game Theorist, aka also I forgot what his other channel was, but a lot of them, the way they are is that pretty much they say, oh, this is this way, and their findings are this, so this must be true. No, and the thing is that um, I I I oftenly have like asked myself if they probably have cited some pseudoscientific um, uh, um, scientific reference as evidence to point out a lot of the things that they say and everything. Because it's one thing some of these guys saying stuff like, for example, anything to do with comic books, movies, or video games, or anything of the sort. But when you get into the field of science, that's a completely different terrain, because you have to be very thorough. Now, um, if you're like these guys that like to talk about like the science behind Wolverine or a bunch of other stuff like that, then that's fine and all. But when you get to like other more in-depth stuff and everything, then you can't just go around, collect a bunch of data, and then just make very vague pragmatic assumptions over these things. And some of these guys, like for example Leafy, who apparently, based on some of the videos I've seen, that like to talk about like to talk about more of the stuff like politics, philosophy, and stuff like that. One thing I say is that shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut the fuck up. Leave that leave that shit to people who are like much more in depth understanding of it, because you're not gonna. Personally, I don't take references like that, or I don't take anyone like that seriously, especially coming from a person with a lot of biases, and especially coming from a fucking gamer and all. You're a fucking gamer. You're not. I don't know how old are you. If you're in high school or anything, or whatever. I really don't care at all. But the thing is that know your grounds, know your terrains and everything. For example, when I talk about topics and everything, um, I don't go on and talk about certain things unless I know have really in depth understanding of it. Like a lot of y'all have seen some of my videos that I talk about like writing code, electrical engineering, a lot of concepts in physics, chemistry, and mathematics, and so forth. And the reason why I dare to talk about stuff like that is because I know that shit. I went to school for that, and I'm still in college, expanding my education and everything, and I'm still working on that. I have an engineering mentor who who guides me through this stuff. I'm working on my career as that. I'm an engineer. That's what I am. I'm a junior engineer. That's what I do because I deal with a lot of concepts on electrical components, electrophysics. My minors in chemistry, um, and pretty soon I'll be focusing on genetics and all. But I know that stuff. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know this shit. Okay, just like Thunderfoot, when he talks about science, he knows his shit. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But the thing is, these are just average Joes that like to fucking talk about all these concepts, and some of them probably don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They may be right on certain things, but the thing is, I don't think they bother to be as thorough as other people are. And the thing is that another thing with game theorists or film theorists or whatever the fuck the his name is, um, one thing that he always I know it's just a quote that he says, a slogan that he says. That's just a theory. And the thing is that I understand it's just a scene, but it apparently it's not like he's really understanding what a theory is in reality. It's not like he's understanding what a theory is and all. And the thing is that if you want something accurate, don't listen to these average Joes that like to talk about all this stuff. Now, given the fact that that's fine and all, like if they talk about like really interesting things, because to be honest, there are some things that are very interesting in their videos, but you can't just take every bit of the word that in the literal sense, because the thing is that um, they're prone to mistakes, especially if this is not in their respective discipline. And you got to keep in mind that some of these people are just entertainers. They're just entertainers and all. Okay, they do this for a living and all. I got this for a job, but this isn't my career whatsoever. This is not my career. I do this like kind of like a part-time job. At the same time, it's also for entertainment and expressing what I feel, expressing what I know, reaching out to people, and creating ideas, conveying different forms of thoughts. But as far as it being my career choice and everything, no, I wouldn't. Even if I made, even if I made as much as PewDiePie, that he pretty much makes $7 million a year, I wouldn't do this full time, because the thing is that I would use it pretty much as a pedestal, just like I use my stocks, my investments. Sure, I like the income of money and all, but the thing is, I don't. That's not what I'm focused on. In reality, what I'm focused on is a variety of different projects. The Minecraft server, the laboratory that I'm raising funds for. Um, this, I guess, the channel in general as an educational system. But most of all, I'm focusing on like sharpening my skills as software developer, as and also as well in the electrical aspect and the other aspects of my education that I'm sharpening on. That's what I'm focused in. So even if do become wealthy, rich, that I do make millions of dollars, that's not gonna be my focus, because I'm still gonna focus on science. I'm still gonna focus on education. I'm still gonna focus on those things, because it all revolves around the different perspectives that I have, the thoughts, the concepts that I have, the ideals that I have. And one of the reasons is, I leave this concept to y'all: what do you do for the world? What do you do as productive for the world? Because every one thing you have to keep in mind: separating all placements of ranks and wealth and power and everything, everyone has a particular role in the society, whether it's the societal roles of this country or the societal roles in the world in general. Because, for example, farmers, they produce food, one of the base essential uh, things, and yet people neglect that. Doctors, they cure the sick and everything, and let's say law enforcement, they keep people safe, even though there's a lot of controversy over that, because there are some good people out there, firefighters. It goes on. It goes on to what placement do you have and how productive you are in society. But I didn't come here to talk about that. I'll leave that for another video and all. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.